Welcome to Showcase Richmond. I'm Amy Carter. You may have heard of reverse mortgages, but maybe you're unsure if it's right for you. Well, to answer this question and more in this reverse mortgage lesson of the day is Brad Friedman with ReverseMortgage.pro. Always good to have you on Showcase.
Thank you for having me. I'm so appreciative to be back with you.
Yes, and first off, remind our viewers, what is a reverse mortgage?
The reverse mortgage is a program that was developed by HUD that allowed a senior to use the big asset that they have, which is typically the equity that they've built up in their homes. For a senior that's been in their home for some time and built up that equity, to be able to use it to help them financially is very difficult. And that's why HUD put the reverse mortgage program into place.
And then talk a little bit about the success of the FHA reverse mortgages.
So the FHA reverse mortgage, FHA is the Federal Housing Administration. It's part of HUD, and they oversee the reverse mortgage program. They allow the program to be changed over a period of time to make it safer for seniors, to help a senior use their home to stay at home, and that's their theme for the program, use your home to stay at home. HUD really oversees this process, which makes it a safe process for the seniors.
That is wonderful. And talk about some of the common uses for a reverse mortgage.
The most common use of the reverse mortgage is to set up a line of credit. And this line of credit allows a senior to use some of the equity that they've built up in their home, like we've been talking about, and not have to make a monthly payment. So it doesn't impact their cash flow. For a senior to be on a fixed income, as most of them are, and to be able to use that equity they built up in their home and not have to make a monthly payment so it doesn't come out of their pocket, they can use that line of credit to draw monthly additional income, to do home improvements, to pay off bills. The most common thing is to use the line of credit so a senior and their spouse, if something happens to one of them, the other one can stay in the house and not have to make any monthly payments.
Yeah, it's definitely a peace of mind with
Yes,
that. So
absolutely.
what feedback are you hearing from seniors about reverse mortgages?
I'm very proud of the feedback that we get about the reverse mortgage program. It just thrills me every day to talk to my prior customers and for them to say that this really put them in a better financial place. Our feedback is great because we spend a lot of time to make sure that the senior, their family, everybody's aware of what the reverse mortgage is all about, the positives, the negatives, they understand what it's going to look like down the road. And it's just wonderful to get that feedback from our customers. The feedback that we get from some other people who've gotten a reverse mortgage is they just generally don't understand what it was all about. They didn't see the positives, they didn't see the negatives because they tried to do this over the phone, and it just doesn't work out over the phone.
Yeah, and talk about that difference between, what you all provide at ReverseMortgage.pro versus some of the, TV actors you see kind of promoting reverse mortgages.
The reverse mortgage as a financial product is very important. You're using your home. It allows you to use that equity. It allows you to do some home improvements. It allows your spouse to stay in the house if something happens to you. These are a lot of considerations that you cannot talk about over the phone and get good, effective financial advice. We take an educational approach. We're going to sit down at the kitchen table and make sure everybody is comfortable with what the reverse mortgage is all about. And that's why our feedback is so good, because we're going to slowly go through this process with the senior at their comfort level. Yeah. If you try to do this over the phone with these professional sales guys that are just pushing you along, it just doesn't work. It is best to sit down with somebody who's been doing the reverse mortgage for many, many years and to feel comfortable that they're dealing with the right people, that we can look each other in the eye. If you call me, I'm going to know who you are. And 5 years from now, if you call me, we're going to have built a relationship over that period of time that I'll remember what we did and I'll be able to help effectively.
Yeah, and then very briefly, Brad, if a senior is interested in getting more information, what is the next step?
Best thing to do is just call. Okay, we've got the website, ReverseMortgage.pro. You could certainly go on there and contact us, but the easiest thing is just make the phone call. Call in. Talk with me, talk with my business partner, Dennis. Let's look at your financial situation. I'll send out the educational materials. We'll send out the magazine. And if the reverse mortgage makes sense, we'll sit down at the kitchen table and we'll have a conversation.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brad, for joining us. Again, you can reach out to ReverseMortgage.pro. Call that number 804-977-1700.